Okay, let's get a little bit of lightning round. Okay, first one up. Meghan Markle hit with a new accusation, and I don't really know that this is an accusation. I think this is not an accusation, it's just the truth. Because Meghan Markle tells people to tell the truth, right? I think she is. Meghan Markle called a social climber and latest royal controversy. Yeah, with this interview. Because you see, if she's not doing a podcast tour, we talked about that. Is she doing a podcast tour, which is multiple podcasts with multiple people in a short amount of time? If she's not doing that, then she's just trying to use her podcasting to try and climb, which is she went from Jamie Kern Lima, right? Who's now is she even her friend anymore after exposing the whole HRH thing? I bet you anything Meghan dumped Kern Lima on her ass for doing that. And now she's moved up to this woman that is partners with the Kardashians, with Skims, right? And now is she going to move up to someone that's even higher than that? This is what we talk about when we say social climbing with this woman. Same thing with her husbands. She's had 3. The first guy, but they don't talk about him. And then the second guy was Trevor, and he was a producer, right? He was a kind of somebody, and now the guy's got a billionaire wife, so his life is way better. And after, of course, was the client. So I think social climber, it's not really an accusation. It's the truth. All right, next one. Meghan Markle is not the one making her as ever jams, claims jam expert. Now, with making, I think it's hilarious because making it is what she's done, where she posts herself doing it in a stupid pot. She showed herself pouring it into the jar. She's done all of these things to try to convince you and I that she's making it herself and it was homemade. And I think there was even a couple of times before the first drop where she still tried to push the lie, but then everybody found out that it was in fact made in a factory, so she couldn't push that anymore. Right? Because how can anyone expect her to work? She doesn't. So there's no doubt in my mind. And even the whole Netflix thing, I think that's an interesting point. Which part does Netflix control? Does Netflix control all the stuff behind the scenes, the production and how they're going to make it and how they're going to put it out? Or does Netflix also control the marketing? Because if Netflix controls the marketing too, we heard about that Puck News article, how Netflix controls everything and Meghan does no work. If Meghan controls the marketing, that's why you see the marketing is so shit. That's why everybody's like, why are you posting these stupid photos on your as ever business page? Because she doesn't know what she's doing. That's why. 1 year for $29? That's not that bad, but I'm good. All right, the last one. Look, I talked about this, on the shorts. I did a short on this, but I don't know why they're talking about this right now. I just don't get it. I don't know if it's because there's no news. I don't know if it's because there's nothing going on, or if Harry leaked this and he tried to tell journalists out there, hey, let them know that I'm kind of thinking about inviting the king. That's the only thing I could think of, because it's not for 2 years. Why would you even bother to say this now? It's in 2027. And quick comment, we don't know where the international world is even going, because we could be in World War III by 2027. That's all I got to say about that. But it's the truth. And that's why I think there's only those 2 possibilities. Either there's no news right now, so these journalists are just fishing for a story, or Harry put this information out and he told some journalist, hey, let him know that I think I'm going to invite my dad to 2027. That could be.